Guys, Christian here again for part 2 of the Wrestlemania recap and review. So before I start again, I know this is going to be a long video. I'll try to get through everything as quick as I can. But down below, I do have the times when I talk about each specific match. That way, if you want to go to a specific match, just go ahead and fast forward, and it'll tell you the exact time down below. So yeah, let's just try to get through this quickly. So after the Raw Tag Team title match, we had Cena and Nikki versus Miz and Maryse. Just to start off, Miz is such a great heel. He does everything right. All the pretty much all the crowd was behind him. They were all into his work and how he was doing. And from the commentary, I don't know if you guys heard this or not. Jerry the King Lawler said, "Yeah, most of these fans aren't even going for the Miz. It's just the people down in the front that are." Like, I was laughing because I was like, "No, like literally, at least 75% of the stadium wants Miz to win, even though we kind of knew how the match is gonna go." For the most part, Miz was pretty much doing good heel work. He was good from the start. He was taunting, doing the whole yes thing, the kicks, all that. We had Maryse getting involved in a few of the moments, going after Nikki, stuff like that. But of course, it is John Cena, it is WrestleMania, so what else can we expect? Of course, at some point, John Cena said, "Nah, just gonna turn this whole thing around," and pretty much once he turned it around, there was nothing left to do. He just took advantage. Him and Nikki both did a 5 knuckle shuffle. John hit a AA, and then 1, 2, 3, match is over. Yay. And then, of course, as most of us kind of already knew or assumed at least, after the match, John got a mic, said, "Hey, Nikki, blah, 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 blah," saying all this stuff. And he pretty much proposed to her, and of course, she said yes. And yeah, so we pretty much knew that this match was more so to end the season of Total Bellas and, get the proposal in there and all that stuff. But either way, the match was for the purpose of that. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing from Miz. And yeah, either way, congrats to Cena and Nikki. So yeah, good for them. Next after that, we had Seth Rollins versus Triple H. I was paying attention to the entrances more on this one just because we've been accustomed to Triple H having these amazing entrances with so much detail work and all this. Triple H, he had a police escort. He rode in on a motorcycle with this really nice leather jacket on with Steph on the back and the skull and everything on the back of the motorcycle. But I don't think it was as spectacular as other entrances. But then again, that might be because we've been spoiled with so many really amazing, really detail-oriented entrances that this one was just kind of like, came in on a motorcycle. Nonetheless, still looked pretty badass like he always does, and yeah, still pretty good entrance. As far as Seth Rollins' entrance, he came in with a torch. At first, I was thinking, why is he there with the torch? Doesn't make sense. Put the torch down, and pretty much the fire ran down the ramp on the digital board, or what do you want to call it, ran down the ramp onto the ring, and pretty much covered it in fire and stuff. So I thought it was cool. As far as the match, of course, we knew Triple H was gonna start working Seth Rollins' knee. Of course, they always talk about how the knee and blah blah blah. That's the main point. So of course, Triple H was going after the knee. Also, since we knew Stephanie was gonna be ringside, I'm not surprised. Being no disqualification or anything. Obviously, she got involved, and then later on in the match, she got involved again to strike the Rollins. Then Triple H had some other pedigree, but Seth kicks out. Some good points of the match were pretty much the finale was just great. Seth Rollins hit finally a Phoenix Splash. I don't remember the last time I saw him hit one. They always get out of the way. He finally hits it, but Triple H kicks out. And then the main big point of the match, there was a table set out on the outside of the ring. Steph gets on the apron, tries to strike Seth Rollins. She actually holds them so Triple H can come in and hit him, but obviously he ducks He almost runs into Steph, but he stops right in time. Turns around, Seth Rollins kicks him, so as he's, staggering backwards, he hits Stephanie, which makes her go flying off the apron, through the table, and to the ground. So, Stephanie, props. Props. Last WrestleMania, she took a spear from Roman Reigns. This time, she gets bumped off the side of the ring through a table. So, that woman knows how to take some hits. Yeah, pretty much overall was pretty good. The spot with Stephanie was pretty good. Like it, I had actually forgot about the table until she went through it, but pretty good, Stephanie, pretty good. I was actually surprised. Last thing on this one, I was actually surprised Samoa Joe didn't come out. I would have expected him to be involved in some way, being that it was a no disqualification. But then again, I was hoping that he would come out, so then somebody would come out to help Seth. But anyways, that didn't happen. Moving on, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship. They did a neat but weird use of projection, like projecting stuff on the canvas of the ring. For example, to get into pretty much Randy's head, Bray. I don't know. I mean, I don't get it when he does this like weird backwards thing, or just at random moments. There was worms, maggots, and cockroaches projected onto the canvas. It was really weird. I don't know. Kind of get the purpose of it because it's Bray and all that. So it was a neat use of it, new thinking outside the box idea, but just kind of weird. Sister Abigail. So Bray Wyatt did a Sister Abigail to Randy Orton on the barricade. After that, pretty much we had Bray control the match early on, but of course, just like always, when they were working on the outside, that's when out of nowhere Randy Orton just stands up, just hits him on the RKO. So RKO on the outside. Later on in the match, Randy Orton again would hit another RKO later on in the match. Covers him, 1, 2, 3. We have new champ, Randy Orton. He is a 13-time world champ, only behind Triple H with 14, and then of course Cena and Ric Flair. It brings up the question: when is Bray Wyatt going to get a win at WrestleMania? We're waiting for him to get his WrestleMania moment, his WrestleMania win, and we're still kind of waiting on that and seeing what happens. So, not sure how that's going. Not sure how I feel. I mean, not too surprised Randy Orton won. But then again, when is Bray gonna win? Moving on. Then we had the Raw title, so the Universal title on the line. Goldberg versus Brock. And I decided to time this match just because, of course, everyone was like, how long is this one going to go? The last one was like a minute and something, and before that it was another minute and something. So pretty much I decided to time it, and I'll tell you right now that the match was almost, by a few seconds short, almost 4 minutes, 45 seconds long, which is really nothing. So of course when Goldberg came out, he was booed by most of the crowd. So he got booed by the crowd. In the beginning 30 seconds, this is literally what happened. Suplex by Brock. Suplex by Brock. Suplex by Brock. Brock, after 3 suplexes, is like, yeah, pretty much in front of the crowd, like, yeah, not this time, And then an hour, bam, spear. And then Brock's on the ground, gets up again, spear. All in 30 seconds. So 3 suplexes, 2 spears in 30 seconds. And then they went outside of the ring. Goldberg spears Brock through the barricade. Later on, we had Goldberg going for a jackhammer, but got reversed. Then pretty much right after that, Brock puts him up for F5. Goldberg gets off, spears him. Then after that, Goldberg hits the jackhammer, well, Brock kicks out. So it was starting to look different. Then later on, incredible moment that happened in the match. Goldberg goes for a spear. Brock literally just hurdles him, just jumps over him like nothing. Close, because Brock's foot almost got caught, which if it would have actually gotten caught, it just would have like taken him out and just, yeah. So luckily he got it out of the way. Fast forward 7 suplexes later and an F5. 1, 2, 3. Brock is your new champion. I mean, I prefer it on Brock because we know Goldberg can't last more than 4 minutes 45 seconds. So yeah, at least Brock can put on longer matches than that. So Brock's your new champion. Goldberg's probably heading out the door. Next we had Smackdown Women's Championship on the line. It was the whole 6-pack challenge or whatever they had going on. So Carmella came out with Ellsworth, so obviously Ellsworth had to have a moment in there, so he interfered a couple times and then got in the ring and actually tried to go for a no chin music on Becky Lynch, but obviously Becky Lynch turned around, caught his leg, and yeah, there was times where this match was very, very messy, and that's not the fault of any of the women in there. It's just that everyone's trying to kind of shine in the match and trying to have their moments, but it's just you have one girl trying to do theirs, another one's trying to do theirs, another one's trying to do theirs. It's just, there's sometimes it works and sometimes it comes off like really sloppy and just everyone trying to get something. One particular moment was Natalya. She had, I believe, Carmella and Naomi stacked on top of each other and went for a double sharpshooter. She crossed the legs. When she tried to turn them over, it just all fell apart. Their legs kind of started going all over the place, and then she fell forward and she tried to play it off and was shouting like if she still had them in a lock, but it was just really bad. It was just bad. Later on, Naomi makes Alexa Bliss tap out, and have a new champion. Naomi wins her in hometown. Not surprised. We saw her win it, but then she had to give it up because of the injury. So usually they like to give the title back when it's an injury, so not surprised there. The only thing is that since it was so messy and it just kind of seemed like a put together match here, do something, the crowd really didn't seem too much into it. I would look at the crowd's reactions to see how that would go, and they just wouldn't really be into it. Some people were just walking around, and again, it's not their fault, but and it's not because it's a women's match, because a lot more people seem to be really into the Raw women's match, but as far as the SmackDown one, it was just kind of like, here, 6 different wrestlers, put them together, let's see what they do, everyone do their own thing, and Naomi, you're gonna win it at the end of the day. But yeah, that was that for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and now moving on. Alright, so finally the last match that we had, of course, was Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. Pretty much from my own ideas, plus what I had read online from other people's comments, you could kind of guess how this match was going to go based on its placement. If it was in the middle, it would have gone one way, but if it was the main event, you kind of knew how it was going to go. So pretty much, first of all, Jim Ross called the match alongside Michael Cole and JBL. So he came back. It was nice to hear him be on commentary again. The match was a no-holds-barred match. Some of the moments from the match itself, let's see. So we had Undertaker chokeslam Roman through the, not through the German table, on the German table because it didn't break. Reigns speared Taker through the Spanish announce table. Undertaker later chokeslammed the Roman on top of a chair. That was after about 3 chair shots to Roman's back. After that, Undertaker tombstones Reigns, covers him, Reigns kicks out. After that, Undertaker went for another tombstone later on, but this moment was again one of the super messy moments of the night alongside the Divas match from SmackDown. It was just really bad. Pretty much Undertaker picks Roman up for tombstone. Reigns slides, through the back, tries to reverse it, flip him over for his own tombstone. When he picked him up, I guess he didn't grab onto him good. He didn't get a good grip on him. So then Taker's legs start going forward, which makes Roman fall over. and then he tries to pick him back up. Undertaker helped him. He was trying to, like, move his body back up, move his legs back up, so Roman could stand up. But it was really bad. It was, I would say, maybe the most messy moment of the night. It was just really bad. But yeah, so after that, Roman was just like, whatever, not gonna do it. Superman punch him. Later on, Reigns chair shots to Undertaker. So after that, he gets speared. So Roman speared Undertaker, but Undertaker kicks out again. There was a lot of kickouts in this match. After that kick out, Undertaker did look very weak. You can see him, like, really tired, really just weak. Yeah, another Superman punch. Undertaker kept getting up, and after a while, he speared him again. So it was like 3 spears total and like 2 or 3 Superman punches. After that, went for the cover after that third spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman wins. And up front, I hate Roman Reigns. And don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of people that, like him. Any of you like him, that's totally cool. That's up to you. I just don't. And I'm honestly, like, if I didn't like him, I would just say I don't like him. I just strongly don't like him. I really, like, I hate him. It kind of annoys me. Not so much just because, of course, everyone says, oh, because they keep trying to make him the guy and throw him down our throats. Sure, that's part of it. But the thing that really irritates me the most is how, if you think about it, I don't know if it's just me in my opinion, but, whatever you guys think is also cool, and you can tell me, guys, down below what you guys think. I feel like any other superstar, if he gets choke slammed on the German table, he gets choke slammed on top of a chair, he gets hit by a chair to the back about 3 or 4 times, and I think maybe one to the ribs, I believe. Tombstone, and just and the last ride, I think, yeah, that was also in there as well. All that, you should sell it a little better. I just really hate how there's times where Roman takes a lot of damage that other people would be like, oh my god, on the floor, tired to get up and stuff. Roman's just like, nah, I'm good, let me get up. Like, it just really annoys me. Like, Roman, like, he's a heel now, so that's good, and that's great, and that's what everybody wants, because now you're booing him for the right reasons. But still, if you take all these hits and falls and shots and all this stuff, like, sell it a little better, be a bit more tired, stumble a bit, take your time to get up, just do something like that. He's just like, I'm good, nothing happened, I'm up. Like, I get you're the guy, big dog, whatever your name is, but just sell a little bit better, please. Like, he doesn't even look tired. It's just like, oh, I didn't take any damage. Like, any other wrestler would probably, they'll do just something to show, like, that they're weak, or that, they're struggling to get back up after, like, a chokeslam or a tombstone or something. But he's just like, nah, I'm just gonna stand up. Like, so, again, for the 2nd year in a row, Roman gets booed out the building at the end of the match. I don't know how it was in the stadium. I know last year it was really loud with boos, and I didn't know until getting home that they had actually covered up the booing. They turned down the volume pretty much on the crowd, so it sounded like they did the same on this time. I was trying to see the reaction of the fans and what they were saying, what their hand signals were. There were people literally, giving thumbs down. There were people that were giving him the middle finger. There was a lot of people that weren't happy. I could spot a few people that were cheering and saying yes, and but those are your Roman fans, or just people that were happy about the outcome. I don't know. I'm interested to see how it goes tomorrow, Monday. Well, today already, actually. So I want to see how that goes, but I'm not too sure. I mean, he's a heel now. Just please work on, like, the selling part. Like, just act more tired, please. But that was the last match, and before I get to any conclusions or anything. Undertaker pretty much retired, or what pretty much everyone took as a retirement. Took off his gloves at the end of the match once Roman left and everything. He got back up. He had all his outfit back on. He takes off his gloves, leaves them in the middle of the ring. Takes off his coat or whatever you want to call it. Takes it off, folds it up, also puts it down. Takes off his hat, puts it on top of everything, and pretty much takes his gloves off. So what we all can assume is that it's his retirement. It was sad to see him go, just because he's been there for years and years and years, and most of us might remember him from when we were kids or younger, and now it's like, yeah, he's pretty much done. We all knew this was going to happen at some point. Some said it should have happened sooner than it is now, but I get it, and I did see some comments that said, why not build the match itself as a retirement match, which I think it would have been better. The shock would have been there, just because, it would have been, I don't know, just because we would have known it was a retirement match. As soon as the ref counted 3, everyone would have been like, wow, that's it, it's over. Because for me, I don't know, like, I know there was people saying that they were crying and all this stuff. I guess for me, it hasn't really hit me based off he took off his gloves. Like, I get it, like, it's, it's symbolic. Took off his gloves, left him in the ring and everything. And I am pretty sure he's done. It just didn't hit me as, I think it would have hit me more if it would have been a retirement match. And once I hear the 3, I would have been like, damn, that's it. But nonetheless, Undertaker, great career. Much respect to him. He's done so much for the business, and wish it would have been on a better terms, leaving maybe on a win, just something better. But we got what we got, so let's see what they do with Roman. And yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. No Balor. Angle did come out, but just for the Hall of Fame thing, so we don't know if he's gonna do any in-ring stuff. So Balor maybe Monday on Raw, maybe, possibly, fingers crossed. So we'll see what happens there. Nakamura maybe, I don't know if he's gonna make anything happen on Raw, but we'll see what happens. Just very much excited to see what happens, just because we don't know who's gonna come back or who's gonna make their debut. But besides that, I think overall the show was good, but really long. The last match I think ended 10 something, almost 11, well, Central Time. So that was like 7 hours of wrestling, well, somewhere around there, 6.5, something like that. It's just too long. There was good matches, just too long, and get Pitbull and Flow Rider out of there and all that. I mean, I don't mind it. It's a musical performance. It means I get to go to the restroom or something. But it's pointless. Just move that to the pre-show or something, or just don't do it. There was that. There was good matches. Just some of them. That didn't help. That after so much wrestling, there was some matches where you're just like, okay, let's get on with this match so I can go to this match already. Like, hurry up. So it was long, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was a pretty good one. So yeah, let's just see what happens tomorrow. I'm sure there's gonna be some good moments, some surprising moments tomorrow on Raw. But besides that, I think that's gonna be it for me. If you have any comments or any opinions that you have about a certain match or overall about WrestleMania in general, just leave those down below. I'll be happy to read through those and give you my thoughts on your comments. But besides that, yeah, go ahead and comment down below, like I said. Like the video, and thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.